Hello humanity and welcome to Humanity Ancient History. Alright, so here's another video I'll be making. I want to apologize to you guys. I just got my tablet in. Look how small it is. This is about the one video I want to make, Inky in the Well. I thought this tablet was going to be a big tablet. So I'll be making a video of all my tablets I have, but it's real small, so it ain't going to do much for you people. So it's too small. Alright, you see this is the image over here. Look, I thought it was gonna be a big tablet because I wanted to point out to you guys everything, but this is too small to me to do anything to it. Alright, so I'll be using paper, plus my ink run out, so I'm gonna make this video probably in 3 weeks. Alright, because I have to go and get ink and everything. So it's a real small tablet. That you know, I didn't read the item description. I thought it was going to be a big tablet. So let me see if you guys can see it real good if I zoom in. There you go. Alright, it's real small. So okay, let's get started with this video here. So okay, these are my coins. Alright, these are the 12 constellations. I brought an extra coin just to represent our 13 constellation. Alright, plus remember we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the 5 points. When you see any pentagram, any star, alright, with 5 points, this is pointing to the 5 constellations. Alright, now remember on my last video I made, let me point out to you guys right here. Hopefully you guys can see it. This one here, okay, there's 8. So remember I said 7 because I programmed my mind to say 7 because of the 7 constellation with suns. Orion holds 2 suns, but there's 8 points. All right, you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, that one I couldn't see it because I didn't have my glasses. All right, so let's count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These are the 8 suns, alright? And Earth is in the middle. That's the 32 powers, alright? With the constellation, but Earth is in its 33 powers. Okay? So right here you see the 8 suns, alright? Remember, you might be counting, you might see 9, but remember the red sun turns into a red sun. I mean, the red sun turns into a blue sun, alright? So, after the 40 days, alright? So let me do this one again. Okay. Hello humanity, welcome to Humanity Ancient History. Alright. So this video is about the 12 constellations. I'll be explaining it in this video with my coins. Alright. But before we get started, the video that I wanted to make, this video over here, the one with Inky inside the well, I'm gonna leave it for 3 weeks, alright, because I want to order a big tablet. I just got the one in today and look how small it is. So I was really disappointed. So I'm not sure if I'll be able to find a big tablet. If I can't find one, I just gonna print it like I did with this one, and I'll be explaining it to you guys like that, alright. But I really want to explain it with a tablet, alright. But anyways, there was a mistake that I did on this one on my last video, alright. So I didn't have my glasses on. I have to remember to start putting my glasses on. You see here, right here, there's 8 points, not 7, because on my last video said 7. Remember, Orion holds 2 suns. All right. So these are about the suns. All right. I put the image on my last video, so hopefully you guys, you know, have a brain. You can count. You can go, oh, that's 8. That's the 8 suns. So hopefully you guys can think like that. A lot of you people can't think like that. You're always asking questions. You can't be asking questions anymore. You have to study to understand this yourself, because you've been programmed to think inside the box. You can't think outside the box. You understand this? So you have to do a lot of studying, a lot of learning, and it's real simple, but you people have been programmed not to think like this with your education system. So look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These are the 8 suns, and Earth is in the middle. That's the 33 powers. So anytime you see a image with 8 points. Those are the 8 suns, and Earth is in the middle, the 33 powers. Alright? So remember, here's at the 8 suns. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Remember, the red sun turns into a blue sun. Alright? After changing energy, we're our yellow sun for 40 days. Alright? To understand more, see my other video. So my next video, because this tablet is so small, okay, you see how small it is? And that made me really disappointed. You know, it made me really angry. It's my fault because I didn't read the item description. But I wanted to have a big tablet so I can show it to you guys. So my next video will be this one. I'll be explaining this one to you guys. All right, it's already decoded. So hopefully, you know, your mind ain't gonna be able to understand it because you never did anything to, you know, to have consciousness. Everything they teach you in the education system is a fake system. It's a system to you to be one of society. It's a control system. If you have a religion, you are more under control. If you believe in the aliens and Anunnaki from the Nibiru, you're more under control. This all has to do with astrology and how we shed our skin every 12,000 years. Every millennium cycle, the red sun comes in, changes everything slowly. So by the time we have 8,000 years to go, when we go to the underground cities, in the first several hundred years, the woman's, you know, when in the several hundred years, nothing's going to happen. But let's say in 8,000 years, when we reach the age of Capricorn Aquarius, when the people start going underground to the underground cities, in several hundred years, the woman's going to be giving birth to the new species, to the new children of the sun, to the new Myphilins, if you want to call it that way. All right. So all the Bibles, when you read anything in the Bible, because you know I got a lot of new people on my Facebook page, and they're watching my YouTube videos. If you believe in Satan, you have a fucking primitive mind. Stop your stupidity. If you believe in the devil, it's the same thing. You have a primitive mind. If you believe in the aliens from Anunnakis from Nibiru, you have a fucked up mind. These people are brainwashing you to think on BS when everything is astrology. Once you understand that no species can leave their planet, you know, because you are bonded with the earth energy, frequency, vibration, your heart is in tune with the planet's frequency. Once you leave the planet Earth, like for example, all those moon landings, all that stuff, that's all BS from NASA. Those are actors, all right? When you go and you look at the star from the actors from Hollywood, you will see that those people from NASA and everything, they're there, all right? Because they're all actors, all right? That's all a lie. It's a big deception because they want to program you guys. They've been doing this. They've been programming you. They're programming you guys with religion. You see how simple that was for them? Now they're trying to program you with you guys with all these fake movies they're making and everything, so that our government themselves, they're gonna pretend to be the aliens to control humanity. All right? It's a fake system. They want to keep controlling you. So okay, so here's my coins. I want to show it to you guys. It's on the 12 constellations. All right. And here's our yellow sun constellation. All right. So right here is the cross. This one represents the cross. Okay, the X is right here in the middle. Okay, you understand that? I give it all to you guys. I call it hope. Our 13 constellation, I call it hope because when you do this research, when you look for this here, there's no name. You see, they didn't give anything. Your government gave you the star constellation chart, but they didn't put where we are at. They didn't give a name or anything to our 13 constellation. All right, you understand that? They didn't give us the name. They name all the other ones. All right, you understand? They got Leo. All right, they got Cancer. They got them all there, except for where we are located. I remember emailing NASA, asking them, but then they ignore me. You know, they always ignore people. You know what I mean? They don't ignore the people who give hundreds of dollars in contributions for them. You need to stop contributing to people who are lying to you. It's the same thing with you. If you go to church, stop giving your donations to church because they're lying to you. They're lying to the people, to the children. They're just a brainwashing facility. All right? So here we go. All right? So you have to understand how to fill this up to see through all the BS. Once you understand this, you will see through all these books. You'll be able to understand. When you read this book, okay? When you read the Bible, you use this. Okay? You use this. All right? When it talks about 4 living creatures, these are the 4 living creatures. Spring, summer, autumn, and winter. When they talk about the 7, you count the 7 constellations with suns. When they talk about the 12, you see the 12 constellations. It's all in the numerology. And then sometimes it confuses you because it will say, okay, Noah has 3 sons. Okay, where you go? 1, 2, 3. 3 sons. And his 3 sons have 3 wives. Remember, Orion hosts 2 sons. So 1, 2, 3. You see? Then Noah and his wife. You see? You have to understand how to see through all that magic of writing. Alright? This is my Lost Book of Inky book. Where do I have that one at? Alright, well, even when you use the Lost Book of Inky, alright, you do the same, alright? When you use that book, you use the astrology. When you use any ancient temples, here, for example, when you use this tablet, I'll be explaining this tablet on one of my videos, alright? Remember that I told you in the 16th chapel, in the Aztec temple, and even in the Egyptian temples, they show you 15 passages of the Red Sun solar system and the 14th constellation. Right here, it's the same thing. I'll be making a video explaining this one, alright? So here we go. Alright? You have to understand all these things. You have to understand what the powers are, okay? For example, you have to watch my other videos because I explain this, alright? For example, Earth is the 33 that goes throughout the spine. Every time you hear anybody talking about the 33 Kundalini, that's all bullshit. Okay, you're always in tune with the Earth magnetic frequency. You're gonna change when the energy above changes. You're gonna change. You don't have to be going that's all bullshit. The only thing you have to do is study, look at nature, okay, grow on consciousness. That's what you have to do, all right, and enjoy life, all right. That's why you're here. You're here to enjoy your creation. So here, look, okay. This is the 14th constellation. I call it Destiny 66640D. Okay, her power is, dang, I don't have a chart. Let me see if I can find that chart around here. Because, you know, there's so many different powers. Okay, alright. So this is Destiny, alright? I call her that. But as you know, that is called for you religious people. This is Satan, the Red Sun. And the 14th constellation is Lucifer. Okay? Again, that's Samson, that's David, all right? You understand? The 14th constellation, that's, again, when you read the ancient Egyptians, this is Isis, all right? The 14th constellation is Isis, okay? That's Ra, then that's Seth, all right? That's many different stories from other culture. Again, when you keep reading, Thought is the Red Sun, and his spacecraft is the 14th constellation. Again, when you read the Sumerian tablets, this is the spacecraft of Alulu, and Alulu is the Red Sun. You have to see through the magic of writing, people. Alright? You need to study this so you can see through everything, because the numbers never lie. So again, I call this, you know what I mean, Destiny 666, because she stays in our tree of life for 6 years, 6 months, 6 days, pollinating these suns. Alright? Her power is 29 to 32. You understand this? And our 13th constellation, I call it Hope. Alright? That is 25 to 28. You have to understand this. I explained this good on the 7 weapons of Terra. Alright? So I want you guys to go and look at that so you can understand more. Alright? So I might explain it on this video since I'm doing a 12. Alright? So And I'm going to be explaining a little bit more, some other little things that I want to point out to you guys. So let me go and get a marker. Excuse me. Okay. Okay, I didn't find a marker, but I found some pens. So, all right. So let's get started. Okay. So we're gonna start. As you know, we have 10,000 years of light and 2,000 years of darkness. 2,000 years of darkness and 10,000 years of sunlight. All right. So we're gonna talk about the first coin. And you guys see it? What's that? What coin is that, people? You understand what coin that is? Can you guys see it? I hope you guys can see it. All right. Let me see. There you go. All right. What is that? A Sagittarius. All right. It's right here. Sagittarius. All right. Sagittarius is above and December is below. Now remember, Sagittarius, all right, it's about 1,000 years above. All right. It holds 1,000 years. All right. And December is what, 30, 31 days, 28 days, I forgot. I don't have my chart somewhere around here. But you have to look at the calendar to understand the 1 year, when the 1 year that Earth goes through to the 12 months, all right? Then you have to understand the 12,000 years above, all right? So that's Sagittarius. Now we got what? What's that, people? Huh? Oh, let me go. Okay, I hope you guys can see it. Alright. So that's Capricorn. Alright? From above 1,000 years. Alright? That's when the Ice Age happens. Okay? For example, 3 days of darkness. Alright? Below, 3 days of darkness. Okay, that's the winter seasons. Again, winter, spring, summer, and autumn. Alright? Nikola Tesla, when you understand the power of 369, you will have the whole universe in your hand. 369. This is the darkness. He's talking about the light, the energy. Alright? So, okay? So now we're gonna go. Okay. Remember, Capricorn, alright? Capricorn is January, alright? Remember, Capricorn, if it's about 1,000 years above, then you have to look from the number below in January, how many days it is. Okay, now we're gonna go to Aquarius. You guys see it? I hope this works out pretty good so you guys can see it. Try not to show my ceiling fan there, but there you go. Okay, Aquarius. So here's Aquarius. That's February. Alright? Now remember, Aquarius is about 1,000 years. Then you got here. Okay? February. Oh, what's that? February, yes. I have to get new glasses because my glasses are scratched up because I put it in my bag, so I can't see that good. That's why I always asking my wife, hey, when we getting our new glasses? She says, oh, in March of next year. It's like, damn it. So, you know, they cost a lot of money. So I have to, my insurance only pay for it every 2 years. So there you go. All right. So now we talked about the winter seasons. Okay, up here, look, winter. All right. Is winter, the 3 days of darkness. From below and above, when we enter the age of Sagittarius, sometime in the middle, sometime in the, let's say, okay, Sagittarius has 1,000 years, all right? So somewhere in the middle, after 500 years, we will start going into the darkness, okay? You understand? Then when we reach the age of Capricorn Aquarius, the sun will be total black. All right. Then that's when the people know. Sometime in the age of Sagittarius, people will be starting going to live in the underground cities. All right. So just want to let you guys know that. Hopefully, let me move this here. There you go. So, okay, so let's keep moving on. So now we talked about winter, all right? Now we're going to spring. So here we go. All right. Hope I got this the right way. Yeah, I do. So this one is, oh yeah, it is the right way. Okay. There you go. What is that? Do you guys know what that represents? Pisces, the fish. You know, when you with the religious people, they got to acquire those two fishes. That's Pisces. That's when the age of light begins, the third day. Okay. So now you understand. 12, 1, 2. 12, 1, 2. In the beginning, when you read the Bible, let there be light. No, in the beginning there were darkness. 1, 2. Then God said, let there be light. Now remember, here's the image for God. I don't want you guys getting brainwashed with the word God. You have to understand what that means. G, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. O, 15 passages of the 14 constellation solar system. Destiny, who has many names, many stories. For example, God's, Lucifer fall out of heaven for 1,000 years, you see. They're in prison for 1,000 years, you see, because the cycle is of 1,000 years. All right, the falling angels, whatever they want to explain it from the mind control Bible. All right. So now you understand. All right. So there you go. Then the third day, God said, let there be light. That's Pisces. March. Above Pisces, that's 1,000 years. All right. Then below is March. All right. So now remember why I'm repeating 1,000 years, because when the red sun comes in every millennium cycle, we in the age of Aries now. Okay. For 1,000 years. Then when she comes back in, she'll be in the age of Taurus. Okay, she'll be coming in the year 3010. Then when she comes and she does all those changes for 6 years, 6 months, 8 days, she comes in the month of June for 40 days, and she's out in the month of Cancer. All right. Then she comes back in the year 4010, and that'll be Gemini. All right. Then she comes again in the millennium cycle, and she comes in the month of above cycles. Okay, Cancer. All right. I don't want to be getting confused here, because that's why they made this so confusing. Okay, she comes in every, okay, when the 14th constellation she comes in every millennium cycle. For example, she came in the year 2010. She came through the Leo constellation. That's where you have to look for it. When you read the Emerald Towers of Thought says, look for my spacecraft under the lion. So you look for the future people. You look for the 14th constellation in the year 3010. 3010, because already people missed it already in the year 2010. So you look for it again in the year 3010 under the lion, and again 4010 under the lion, again in the year 5010 under the lion. All right. Then she stays in the flower of life for 6 years, 6 months, 6 days. Then she comes in every month of June. The Statue of Liberty is telling you June to July. All right, freedom, because she didn't move the planet Earth to any of these 12 constellations. She didn't move us to any of the sun constellation, or she didn't took us to the fourth in her millennium cycle with her. All right. So I made a little story about we will move here 52,000 years ago, and that's how the life started. All right, but if you go on my Facebook page, the story is wrong, because I really thought that we were here for millions of years, but that's all a lie. That's just a mind control thing, because our Milky Way galaxy is up 12,000 years, and when you read these books, they're saying we're in the 5th wave, going on the 6th wave. So now you understand, if our cycle throughout the Milky Way galaxy is at 12,000 years, this means we already had 5 ice age, okay, that destroyed everything, all right? And we're going on the 6th that takes 12,000 years, all right? So there we go. So now we're gonna go on. So we went now, we did Sagittarius, we did Capricorn, we did Aquarius, we did Pisces, all right? Now we're going to Aries. There we go. All right? Aries. For 1,000 years above, the wheel above, and the wheel below is April, all right? Now we go into Taurus, all right? Here we go. Taurus, all right? You understand this? So it's of 1,000 years, people. Taurus. Now, since we did 6, we already did, yeah, 1, 2, we did 6 of them. We're gonna go here, all right? We're gonna show that to you guys. So, here's the coin that's in the middle, you see? That's the wheel above reflected to the wheel below. The wheel above are, for example, Gemini, all right? Okay. Taurus, Aries, that's the wheel above, right? And the wheel below, for example, Leo is August. August is below. Hopefully you guys can see that. Move it like this. Alright? Trying to get a good angle there so you guys can see. Hopefully right there you guys can see it. Alright? I'm not sure if I have it. Yeah, right there it is. That's the right way right there. Alright? That's the... Right there in the middle is the 13th constellation. Right there is the 13th constellation, alright? And you will have the 12. Alright, you have the wheel above with the wheel below. Alright. So to understand anything, to understand all the ancient cultures, their temples, what there is, you have to understand your astrology, numerology. Alright. All your Bibles repeat themselves. Every story in the Bible is repeat. 85, I would say 95% of the Bible is repeated stories. Okay, but to be safe side, I would say 85%. All right, it's repeated. All the ancient temples or around the planet Earth, it's just the same astrological warning to you, to people to prepare. All right. So okay, we already talked about Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, Aries, and Taurus. Now we're going to Gemini. Here we go. Gemini is number 6. All right. See, Gemini. Why does Gemini has all that information? Why does it have the yin and yang? Because the yin and yang, if you guys can see it, is the cross for the Chinese. All right, Chinese or Japanese. All right. Why does it have the snake symbol? Well, people, you have to understand. That's when every millennium cycle, the 14th constellation comes in the month of Gemini. Okay, in June. Okay, it stays for 40 days in our 13th constellation. It stays for 40 days. It changes the yellow sun. The red sun turns into a blue sun. All right. So after the 40 days, she's out on the month of Cancer. All right. So everything changes. The food that you're eating, if it wasn't because of the chemtrails and also all these new technologies that we have, humanity right now, you all should be dead. You know that. But it wasn't because of the chemtrails, CERN. There's so much technology out there, people. You know, they give you a lie at what it's about. But once you understand the astrology, you will see why all those technologies are for. Now, in ancient time, the people didn't understand this. So I think the Egyptians did. But the food that you're eating right now has more radiation. Right now, you know the food that has GMO. That's part of the technology. The food is being engineered so you won't have that radiation in your DNA. But you understand that some of these, we have still some tribes that live with nature, so they're eating the radiation from the suns. But that's why we have the chemtrails to reflect those particles of the sun. That's why we have CERN to destroy this particle collider. You have to understand all these technologies, and there's so much more technologies. You know, it's in my book in chapter 14, I think it is. We have underground water tunnels. We have everything, because when you read by the year 2025, all the water level is supposed to go up. All right. So I'm not sure if these water tunnels are gonna work, but if it wasn't because of water tunnels, we would be seeing a lot of stuff right now. Here in the United States, there's 2 for every state, but this is happening all around the world. They're doing these water tunnels, so to control the sea water rising and the rivers. All right. So let's see what happens. It has to be completed. When you read the contract, it has to be completed by the year 2025. All right. So now we're gonna go to Cancer. Here's Cancer. All right. Hopefully you guys can see it. Let me try to bring it more up. Okay. That's 1,000 years above. All right. Cancer is number 7. All right. Okay. When you read the Bible, God's work was completed on the 7th. All right. You understand that? Probably you people won't understand that, but here we have Cancer. Okay. That's July. That's number 7. All right. So when you read the Bible, in the beginning there were darkness. 1, 2. All right. Then God said, let there be light. Okay. Now we have 10,000 years of light. Then God's work was completed on the 7th day. All right. That means, okay, when you understand, winter, spring, summer, then autumn. So in Cancer, the energy is at its highest. All right. On the 10,000 years. All right. Okay, remember we have 10,000 years of light. So right here is the strongest that we're going to get in that age when we hit that age, all right? So we are in the age of Aries. So when we reach the age of Cancer, that's the highest. Then the universal energy is going to be going down, all right? It's going to be slowing. It's going to be going down, all right? Right now, the universal energy is real high because we're in the real hot, okay? That's why all the ice is melting and everything, all right? You know, it's like a temperature cooler. You know how they cool, how they make things cold and unfreeze. It takes time, all right? So the energy will start going down, all right? That's one of the things that confused me when I was doing this knowledge, when I was reading. So the red sun comes in, she wakes up. The 6 constellations with suns, all right? So now we have nuclear summer and nuclear winter for 200 years. So okay, that makes obvious. But at the same time, we are in the ages, you see, of Earth. We're in the age of Earth, then we're gonna hit the age of fire. So I was okay. So since we're in the age of Earth for 3,000 years, remember, 3, 6, 9, then 12, okay? So water is for 3,000 years. Earth is for 3,000 years. Fire, right here is fire. That's for 3,000 years. Then we have the age of air for 3,000 years. All right. So it made me think. So in the age of fire, everything's going to be more hotter. You know, that's the ages above. So that's one thing I'm not sure about. When the red sun comes in, if things are going to be even more worse for those people in that age. So I'm not sure. Is everything going to become a desert? I'm not sure. So there you go. That's Cancer. See, you have to learn how to use your brain and think to understand nature. And you people haven't, because the education system is just there to teach you how to be one of society, how to be a good slave. All right? That's what the education system is for. For example, when you go to the courtroom, you're not supposed to give your consent to the judge or those police officers who put you there, because they are not the law. This is the law, all right? I want you guys to do your homework. LAW. What does that stand for? Look at your alphabet in the English alphabet and look at the astrology and try to figure it out. All right. And remember, W is 23, 12, 7, and the 4 elements. I'm just giving you the W because that's going to be hard for her. But I want you guys to figure out the L and A. And I have said this in my videos before. Alright. So now we're going to go on Leo. Here's Leo. Okay. Okay, here's Leo. Hopefully you guys can see it. That's the line. I was born in a Leo. August 13, 1974. That's when I was born. Alright, look how beautiful. Alright, so why is the Leo so important? Because that's where the 14th constellation comes in. In the age of, every millennium cycle. Again, a year, they came in the year 2010. It stayed in our tree of life. Became the tree of knowledge and good and evil for 6 years, 6 months, 6 days. Alright, so now you understand that she comes in through the Leo. When you read the Emerald Tablets of Thought, look for me under the lion. When you read the Buddha looks towards the east from the enlightenment. There's a lot of stories that points out when you read the stories, alright? So you go. Now remember, Leo is number 8, and it's for 1,000 years above. And August, you have to look for the days below, alright? So now, again, we explain the number 12, that's Sagittarius. Number 1, Capricorn. Number 2, Aquarius. Those are the 2,000 years of darkness. We explain Pisces, that's light for 1,000 years. Aries, light for 1,000 years. Taurus, light for 1,000 years. 6, Gemini, light for 1,000 years. 7, Cancer, light for 1,000 years. 8, Leo, light for 1,000 years. Now we're going to Virgo. September, Virgo. 9 is Virgo. 1,000 years above September. Here she is. Alright, let me see if I can hit that good for you guys so you guys can see her. There we go. Hopefully you guys can see her right there. Alright. Alright, you guys see her? Hopefully you can. Hope you guys can see that. Alright. There's a Virgo. Alright. So, okay, so now you understand. 9 in Virgo, September. Alright, this is the age of air. Okay, so we talked about the age of water for 3,000 years, the age of earth for 3,000 years, the age of fire for 3,000 years. Alright, now we're talking about the age of air for 3,000 years. Now, in the future, people, would there be more air in earth? There would be more wind? That's the thing that confuses me. So we have 3,000 years of earth, where all the wood, all the trees grow all nice and whatever. Then we have 3,000 years of fire. I'm not sure how that's going to be. Then we have 3,000 years of air. Then you know that the 3,000, when we enter Sagittarius, somewhere in the middle is when people will start living underground because things are going to get real cold. The sun is getting blocked, okay? So that's the age of water. We have 2,000 years of darkness, all right? It's going to be the ice age, all right? So now, already explained, that's Virgo, alright? So, here you go. So now, here, we're going to be talking about Libra, October. And look what they have, the scales. Let me see if I can bring it up higher. Looks like when I take it here, you guys can see it better. So I'll leave it there. Alright, this is when they have to bring the balance. So I'm thinking in this generation is where they're gonna have to start bringing, because when you look at the Georgia Guidestone, it says maintain humanity under 500 million and pure balance with nature. Alright, so I'm saying they should not be waiting for this age and the age of Libra. Alright, that is above, October below. That's number 10. I think that should start bringing the people down now. We should bring in the balance because, like I tell people, People are destroying all the rainforests and everything, and we can destroy ourselves before the ice age comes. And that is, I tell people this is real wrong. We need to start bringing the population down now, not by killing them, by giving people the free choice. Okay, they should give people the choice where, for example, you know how old folks, they get sick and they don't want to be in the hospital suffering or anything. They should give them the choice for the shot to put them out of the misery. Again, there's a lot of how do you call this, mental, people who are depressed and they can't handle being in earth and everything. They should give those people the choice. When the baby is deformed, all right, I think the parents should give the choice to put the baby out of his misery. All right, have you seen those kids who are born without half of their body? They all, those kids like that. When you look at nature, you see a bird in her nest. She does get rid of the sick birds. She throws the sick birds out of the nest to save the other ones. You understand that? So this is the one thing that is wrong with humanity. You let your emotions get in the way. You have to understand to balance your emotions. You have to learn how to balance love, because love, people do a lot of crazy things with love. I've seen people beat up other people because, for example, I had a friend who was real jealous. I went out with him and his girlfriend, and somebody looked at his girlfriend. He beat up the guy just for, that's crazy. I told him, you don't do that just because a guy looked at your girlfriend. You know what I mean? You understand? They can look how much they want, but yes, it's just to give you an example of what love does. You have to balance love. You have to balance all these things. You understand? You have to be smart, intelligent. So okay, we talked about Libra. All right, that is above for 1,000 years is number 10, and October is below. Now we're talking about Scorpio, November. That's number 11 for 1,000 years. Here's Scorpio. Okay, you see the scorpion right down here, right? So there we go. All right. So that's a beautiful coin. Let me see if I can put it up higher so you guys can see it. I think it's better just to keep it there. So okay, remember that's Scorpio. That's number 11. Now, when the 14th constellation comes in the year, whenever that is, in the age above, you see, she always comes in the year 2010, 3010, whatever. I should have marked the numbers in here, but you guys get the idea. So, and there we go. I think that's it. That's all I have for you guys to explain for you guys. All right. So hopefully you guys learn a lot from this. Oh, I almost forgot. I wanted to show you guys. All right. Okay. Whenever you see this symbol, that don't work. There you go. That one works. Okay. Whenever you see this symbol, okay. Remember, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. These it's talking about our constellations, all right? So you know that there's our 13 constellation, and it's talking about these 5. Okay, we have Draco, Polaris, Orion, Sirius, and Poseidon. Okay, those are the 5, all right? Okay, those are the 5, all right? So I hope you guys can see it. Let me put it up a little. All right, so you understand? Those are the 5 points. All right, 5 points. Okay, now let's do one that has the 6. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, those are the 6 points. All right. Then the middle is the 7. Okay, the middle is the 7. All right. So you understand? Okay, you have the 5 points, the 5 constellation with suns, because the red sun is in, and here's our 13th constellation. All right. So now we're gonna draw. What's the other one? It's like this. Alright. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Then you will see this one, right? These have the 8. These are the 8 suns, and Earth is in the middle. Okay. Earth has 33 powers. Okay. 33 powers for 200 years. 29 power for 800 years. Okay. Okay. So there you go. Okay. So Earth is in the middle when the 8 suns are awakened. It has 33 powers for 200 years. When the 8 suns goes to sleep, Earth has 29 powers for 800 years. All right. So now we have nuclear summer, nuclear winter. All right. Hopefully you guys can see that. Let me see if I put this layout out of the way. You guys can see it better. Yeah. There we go. There we go. Now you guys can see it better. Let me zoom into it. Alright, there you go. Alright. So you understand the points? So we got here the 5 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Our 13 constellations in the middle. This is just talking about the constellations, alright? Now for you devil worshippers, when the pentagram is how the devil worshippers do it, like that. Okay? When they have it that way, it's just the same thing, okay? It's just the same thing. See, the devil worshippers are the same way as the religious people. They're on the Michael. There's no devil. There's no Lucifer. There's no satanic stuff. That's all mental illness. Okay, they created a fake reality. Same as the religious people. They created a fake reality. Same with the alien people. They created a fake reality. All right, they have mental psychosis, mental illness. So in order to you not have mental illness, you have to study astrology. All right. So now again, here's the Star of David. Anything with 6 points is just giving you when the red sun comes in, there is 6 and our 13 constellations in the middle. Then we have anytime you see 8 points, those are the 8 suns, and Earth is in the middle. Okay, I just wanted to explain that to you guys. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully you guys understood everything. Now remember, you never have to listen to me. That's all you need right there, people. That's all you need to understand everything. Okay, to understand all the ancient cultures, to understand your Bible. You read your Bible looking at your astrology chart. Alright? The Bible repeats itself over and over and over again. Okay? Understand the numbers. Alright? So, until later, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.